Hello, and welcome back. What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. Happy Saturday. Jonathan Mathis, the sports judge, here with you. Thank you for checking out the content and supporting the channel. If you like the content and enjoy sports commentary, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Am I crazy to look at this and go, the New York Knicks aren't beating the Indiana Pacers in Game 6 on their home floor? Is that crazy? Because that just seems realistic to me. Halliburton and the gang are back home in front of their fans, just one win away from the NBA Finals. And if you're the Pacers, you want to wrap it up tonight and not let the New York Knicks force a Game 7. Tonight, the pressure is on New York. But if this series goes 7, then the pressure is on Indiana. Maybe I need to lower my expectations for this Pacers team and higher my expectations for this Knicks team. For all the questions about its toughness and identity, one thing this team has proven itself time and again is resilience. It is one of the biggest storylines of the NBA playoffs, a season which indeed has been defined by their resilience. And no, you don't really know what you're getting from the Knicks on a nightly basis, but I can say they've been consistently showing the ability to fight back from deficits and maintain their competitive spirit. And every time I count out the Knicks or say they're done, they win and they stay alive. Every time I say it's over and prematurely put an end to their season, they respond with a great deal of urgency, as we saw them do in Game 5. So my thoughts on tonight's game: Indiana will end New York's dream season tonight with a close nail-biter of a finish. Outside of Knicks fans, I'm sure most everyone is okay with that and probably feel the same way. Maybe I should know better by now than to already declare the New York Knicks officially dead. This squad's mentality is inexplicable. They're ridiculously resilient. It's incredible. There's been a lot of good moments during this playoff run, comebacks, etc. And that Game 5, I think that was something fans got excited about. Like, all of a sudden, the Knicks really looked like a team that you're like, that's the team that we thought we were getting after they knocked off Boston. That, my friends, is the version of the Knicks we really hadn't seen this series. As crazy as it seemed, everybody was involved. They were playing better defense. Their offense looked unstoppable, and they didn't go down without a fight. The bare minimum, the least the Knicks could do was defend their home court, refuse to quit, and shock the world with a win at home at the world's most famous arena, where the celebrities sat courtside to take it all in. And just think, to come back against all the momentum, absolutely looking defeated and hopeless, didn't find a way to stay alive. You can't really say it's over until it's over yet. I'm not sure if we can trust that this will be the case in Game 6. After Game 6 against the Celtics, I'm thinking, like, okay, they're going to take it to another level. Then Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals come, and they had the epic meltdown, collapse completely. And honestly, I thought immediately after a loss that deflating, that the Knicks had no real shot. I picked the Knicks to win this series, and then after Game 1, I had second thoughts about it. We've seen the inconsistencies with this team, so when people's like the Knicks in 6 or 7, I think you'll all love that. And I know game 5 was very encouraging. I think we all know who Jalen Brunson is at this point. I had to write myself a reminder after his game 5 performance where he came out of the gate, set the tone early and often. It was reassuring to see that type of performance. So why wouldn't anyone give him the benefit of the doubt in game 6? I don't think we talk enough about how clutch he can be and that he can take over a game. That would have to be the case again tonight. But man, we just don't know which Knicks team will show up. We don't know who is going to be the player of the game, if there is anybody. Is it Bronson? It could be him. I thought he played a clean, efficient game. That's what you need from your star, and you got that from him. A productive, efficient game led by their star. Is it Mikal Bridges? You needed a better effort from him. That was, to me, the best game of the series for Bridges. He did a much better job in his assignment on Halliburton after getting screened often in game 4. Is it OG Anunoby? Everybody needs an OG. I need him to play away from the basket. I mean, we already know he can be an absolute force driving to the basket, but there's been times where OG caught the ball under the rim and he just wouldn't shoot or go up with the ball. Like, dude, what are you scared of? Shoot the damn ball. His strengths offensively is definitely shooting, because I feel like when he puts the ball on the floor, I think he's a bit reckless and can be useless. He's got no handle. I don't want him in the paint for that reason. He should be on the perimeter. A name being brought up is Karl Anthony Towns. I'm worried about him. I'm really worried about him. I think we shouldn't push for him to be a factor on both ends of the floor in game 6. It's a lot for a guy who was limping and hobbling, barely able to get back on defense. So I got to say, with him being limited and not 100%, you can't really ask him to play big man ball and be a force in the paint. And you know, I'm not sure we can trust them to beat the Pacers 2 more times and go on to the NBA Finals. Too many times the Knicks defensively have not been cohesive enough, and even offensively there's a lack of continuity. What is their strength? What are they good at? I'm not sure. I don't look at this Knicks team and say they're a defensive juggernaut. Anybody who watches basketball knows that's not true. This team prides itself on offense. All year, they've been an offensive-driven team, a Jalen Brunson-driven team. I look at them as a weak defensive team that shows up whenever the hell they feel like it on that side of the ball. They're not built to be a defensive-oriented team. When it comes to the New York Knicks, they're a team that can score the ball with efficiency, with multiple options. What is exactly the Knicks' identity offensively? I don't think they generally know who they are. Their performances are so up and down where a lot of times they're just good enough to get by. I've talked about it before where I said the Knicks have the individual star power, but not a team that's complete and as deep or as loaded as the Indiana Pacers. There's always at least 1 or 2 games in a series where we don't see that nearly enough from the New York Knicks. I think it was game 4 where I was sitting there and I'm watching the Knicks stagnant offense sputter, dribble, corner, double team, pick and roll, a sloppy mess, predictable, just lifeless. With the Pacers, you almost know what they're going to do. Maybe it's not going to be on the level of other nights as we saw in game 5. It led to a loss, but I can promise you that Halliburton will be more engaged in game 6. I have no idea which Knicks team is going to show up. I have no idea with the Knicks what they're going to do tonight. I don't think they know. To be the Pacers, they're in a good position being at home. for the Knicks to beat the Pacers tonight, there has to be ball movement, penetration, and kicking the ball out behind the arc and knocking down shots. Can they slow down the pace and keep Indiana's offense at bay? You can't let them turn the game into a track meet. I don't think the Knicks have the formula to counter, and realistically, they're not going to play 2 more games with that type of defensive intensity. And real talk, this team has been living off Jalen Brunson hero ball. I think this is the biggest question going into Game 6 for anybody in New York. Question mark. Can they slow down the pace and keep up with the Indiana Pacers? I will say we've started to see Mikal Bridges pick up Halliburton full court, so Halliburton can't push the ball up the court like he did in Game 4. That's been the difference. And when you slow down the Pacers, Halliburton can't really score as effectively. That's, the way you take him away by slowing the pace. The Knicks playing at their pace usually results in a win, but I think Halliburton will look to speed it up often and early. One win on Thursday night will not change the way I view this Knicks team. Who would you rather have in a pivotal Game 6? This is an interesting question. Jalen Brunson or Tyrese Halliburton? Because both of them have been absolutely clutch in late stretches of the game, and they had their moments where they failed to deliver as well. But for the most part, they've come up big in situations where their teams needed them the most. Tough question. Give me Halliburton, man. Isn't that who you would want with the game on the line, with your season on the brink of elimination, or even just one win away from a trip to the NBA Finals? It's a tough question. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Leave your comments in the comment section and get back at me and tell me what you think. But guys, Game 6 is tonight. It's a must-win for the New York Knicks, win or go home. And for the Pacers, I think this is a game you want to get. You want to close it out tonight. You do not want the New York Knicks forcing a Game 7. If they do, anything can happen in Game 7. All right, guys. Talk to you guys real soon. Thank you guys for checking out the content. As always, love y'all. I'm outside at the park again. Nice little breeze. You guys can hear the background. It's beautiful out here. Feels nice. But I'm about to go back home because the Dodgers are getting ready to start. So I'm getting ready to catch some of that. And then I'll be ready for Game 6 a little bit later. But guys, we'll talk again soon. And if you guys like my content, you guys know where to find me. You guys know what to do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I would really appreciate that. Thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to check out my content. But we'll talk again very soon. I am out of here now, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.